Hi friends, I am coming at you live from a hotel. I am at a hotel for a work training. Also, my nails are pink. They're pink. I've never had this color before. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Also have my Twilight shirt on. Cute. So, I haven't filmed a video in a while, and I feel like good reason is because there's nothing to fucking say. Not really, that's not true. Nothing is creatively inspiring me. Nothing is pulling me in the direction of wanting to talk or speak out or whatever, but sometimes I feel like every once in a while it's nice just to film these as little check-ins about where I'm at and everything. And I also hesitate to post because it's always a battle of positivity versus negativity and what to share versus what not to share. Everything as such. And I always have this thing in the back of me that wants to help people, inspire people, make you feel less alone. I feel like that's one of my main things, is helping people feel less alone in terms of me posting and sharing what I share, because that's the kind of thing that I wish I had access to. So yeah, I'm feeling grateful at the moment. I'll show you a little, I guess we can call this a little vlog. But this is my hotel room, and there's a little kitchen. There's a full fridge and a, dishwasher, and we got a closet, bathroom, all the goods. And it is on the company dime, baby. I'm not paying shit. I feel so grateful in terms of my job and in terms of my career. And this week I'm getting to learn a new department of the company that I work for, and that's very exciting. And it was something that I had been wanting to learn, and it's one of those things where in this company everyone's going to get trained on everything eventually at some point. But if you have more of an inkling or more of an excitement or draw towards a certain area, you can kind of push for yourself and ask for those opportunities sooner than later. And one of those involves what I'm doing this week. So it's just a little 3-day training situation. It's not a full week. And I've been commuting back and forth to the office location. And it's not like super, super close to me, but it's not like crazy far away either to need a hotel. But they did offer it to me, and I decided to do it for one of the nights, just for a little something different, a little vacation, if you will, just switching it up. So I will say the company culture, I'm not going to dog on anything and like be negative, but it's just different. It's just different. Different offices. It's the same company, but there's different locations and that kind of thing. So I miss my girls. Oh my God. I miss my girls. I feel like this week I'm feeling displaced a little bit. I feel, since it's the holiday week of 4th of July and people are going on weekend trips and doing all different kinds of things, and my core friendship that I have right now, she's taking a flight and taking a trip, and I'm training this week, and everything's just different right now. Everything just feels a little weird, which is fine. Life is that way. Things change. I think I reached a little bit of a breaking point at my job currently because it's the type of industry where the people that I work with directly, like the industry that I'm in, it's very, I'm just going to say attractive. It's an attractive field to be in. It's a really honorable, educated, intellectual field. There's also dumbasses, and power tripping and things like that. But overall, I love it. I love the industry. But all those people, I will blanket statement this. I will say that everybody is married, everybody is engaged, everybody has kids. It is what it is. And I'm reaching one of those points where it's very apparent and it's almost more in your face now. Like, there's one thing about also this, I'm not gonna stand up and like turn off this vent, so I'm sorry that it's probably gonna be loud for a little bit, but let's call it ASMR. It's different when you see, I'll say Facebook is the worst place for it. I feel like Instagram and other social media is like, yeah, people post their highlights, people post the engagements and things like that and the weddings, but it doesn't really hit as hard as literally opening up the Facebook app and it's like pregnant, married, engaged, baby, multiple kids, engaged, married, friend's wedding, I'm in a friend's wedding, I'm the bridesmaid, I'm the maid of honor, like, it's just what it is, right? And it's one thing to like make a conscious choice to not look at that and be like, I'm not fucking going on Facebook, bitch. Like, I'm not really gonna subject myself to that. I don't really want to see all of that. Thank you very much. And then it's another thing for it to be shoved in your face every single day at work that these people are where I want to be, but it is not in my vicinity right now. It is not in my orbit or my matrix at all at the moment. And it's disappointing because it's, you know, the thing that I feel that I want the most. And it's historically been the thing that I kind of want the most, is to have this nice, beautiful life. And I don't see that independently. You know, I've been independent my whole life. I've been in that type of setting for as many years as I can count. Examples are, well, okay, I know life is like, you shouldn't be comparing. I know, like, comparison's the thief of joy, things like that. Also, are my eyelids like oily because it's the end of the day? Oh my god, don't look. What was I saying? We'll get back on track. We really will. We really will get back on track. Y'all just gotta give me a minute. I was ranting about something. It's one thing for... I don't know. Maybe I won't remember. It's just very apparent, and it's very... Oh, that's what I was gonna say. The examples of independence for a long time. I am stepping into friendship, I guess we'll say that. That's an area that has been a challenge for me historically, and I've talked about that before on here plenty of times, I'm sure. But it just, like, interacting with people more frequently, more regularly, more of a routine of spending time with friends and spending time with people, it's like they're your mirror in a way. It's either they reflect back exactly who you are in certain ways, or they reflect opposites, and they help you reflect. So one of those is that, oh wow, like, it's really not, I'm not saying this is a 100% unique experience, because it's not, but the idea of moving away from home to go to college versus staying in my hometown to go to college, or staying in my state to go to college. I made the decision, and it was the only option on the table, honestly. I did not want to be in state. I wanted to go far away, but still close enough that I could come home and I wouldn't have to get on a plane or anything. Like, I wanted to be in driving distance, and I wanted to go to school out of state, and I did that. And I did not have friends. I only had maybe one or two people from my high school that I knew of that went to my college, but it's not like I, like, clung to that. So I was going completely blind, completely unknown, did the whole sorority thing, met people through that, built connections through that, and then distanced myself from that. So like I was already in a state of not having too much belonging or connecting, and then I got myself into a situation where I did have belonging and connecting, and then I made the decision to leave that belonging and connecting and be alone again, away from that organization, and that was very isolating. I did it to myself, but just saying, like, that's an example of, like, you know, pulling back and not having that, and not being in a relationship the whole way through. You know, like, I've had plenty of seasons, most seasons honestly, of not having that aspect, so that I'm completely used to, and that's independent, that's separated from others. And then also the thing about friendship, only really seeing coworkers, like hanging out with coworkers at work, and then the occasional hangout with a coworker outside of work was like my older / more recent pattern. But now it's the first time that I'm consistently hanging out with my coworker and coworkers and genuinely enjoying it and being like, oh my God, is this what friendship is like? Like, this is crazy. Oh my God. And it's so comforting and so relaxing to know that you have that person there for you and those people there for you, and that you're there for them, and it's just you're collectively holding each other's energy and making time and space for each other, and it's just nice. It's also nice to have people to just go out to dinner with all the time and run some errands with if you feel like it, and get that little extra motivation and boost to get out there and just be in public and be around people, and to just get used to more socialization, because I have historically removed myself from those situations. So that's where I'm at in terms of, I guess, life update, is just that. And still enjoying my job, still pursuing different advancements within it, learning different aspects. And in my office, the thing that I just trained on, not everybody is trained on, and most people aren't trained on, and they don't do it frequently. Like, if they are trained on it, they don't do it frequently. There's only a few core people that do it there. So I'm really excited to be able to really hone in on that and kind of express myself and my skill set in that area, and that obviously adds value. And I'm just really trying to like mold myself and like gain, I know, is this a job interview, guys? I just want to gain as much experience as I can in this current role right now, because I love it so much, and I love the industry and the field that I'm in so much, that I just like want to soak it up, you know? So that's where I'm at with that kind of stuff. I am in this hotel just tonight, so I'll already be home by the time this is up. And I don't know why with this song, like Casey Musgrave's Happy and Sad, I don't know why that's like such a shallow kind of maybe stupid thing to bring up. And I like just thought of it. It's not like wise or like intellectual or anything, but just like the whole concept of being happy and sad at the same time. It's like very much that. It's like I'm very proud of myself. I'm very excited. I know I'm not conveying it with like good emotions or anything, but I'm very proud of how far I've come and how far I've grown. And then I throw in the word but. But where's the rest? And you know what I'm saying? Like that's super ungrateful. I cannot view life that way. I need to not view life that way. Things are not about a means to an end. Or at least at least it shouldn't be, but I feel like that's what a lot of people do, is we do things as a means to get to an end rather than just enjoying the process. It's just hard. I think I have a very hard time living in the moment and living in the present, but I will say that's a positive of the friend that I've been spending a lot of time with, is that she really helps me feel very connected to the now. And that's a lovely thing to have in my life, is to feel connected to the now. Because my brain is so hyper fixated on the future and what's next, and I'm gonna say I don't even think it's a toxic way. It's just being such a visual like dreamer, visualization. I just see things so clearly and so vividly that it feels real to me. So whenever it doesn't end up being actually real in front of my face or within like arm's length, then I get very confused and I'm like, well, but this was real. Like, this felt so real to me. So what happened? And that happens a lot in life, I feel. But you know, there's always the magical twists and turns that happen that you would have never expected and that kind of thing. And that's where I feel like I probably need to learn to just let go and trust, because my vision might not be the best vision or the most beneficial vision to me right now. And maybe things still can happen one day in life in certain capacities, but the way that I see it and the timing that I see it is not actually reality. But I also don't want that to like discredit the vision itself. So if you guys are that way too, the battle of, is this delusional? Am I delusional? Am I living in dreamland and there's no basis of reality? Or like, is there kind of some reality to it? Is there a line? Is it, I feel like there's a lot of gray area there. There's a lot of confusion there. And it leaves you, if you like let yourself live in that gray area for too long, you start to feel crazy and you start to feel not good, because you're like, well, my life needs to be based in some reality. So that's where I'm at, is balancing dreamland with reality, trying to lean more into reality, because I feel like I keep saying the word historically, but I historically am such a deep feeler, deep dreamer, deep visualizer, that I have a hard time being grounded in the 3D world. So that's kind of my thing that I'm going through. And like I said, having those reminders all the time at work of like, all these people are like having exactly what you want and it's like nowhere near me right now. It is so deeply upsetting. Like, there was one, I'll just be vulnerable, I don't even give a shit, but there was one day at work that I literally called my dad crying in the car, and I was like, I just can't do this anymore. Like, oh my God, like, I've reached a breaking point. I'm so tired of seeing this. It's like thrown in my face every day. And that's what I was trying to say about the Facebook thing. It's like, it's one thing for you to be like, yeah, I'm not going to go on Facebook. I'm not going to even look at that stuff. I'm making it sound like I have a Facebook problem. I don't give a shit. But that's kind of my point. It's like, you can make a choice to not open an app, but you can't really choose to not go to work. You know, you still have to go to work. And if your field just so happens to contain the exact blueprint idea of what you want your life to be, but it's not like accessible to you at the moment, it's like jarring and it hurts. So love that. Jealousy's a disease, bitch. Get well soon, as they say. And I think it's true. It's true. But then you dance the line of, is it jealousy? Is it dreaming? Are you just inspired? Is this actually accessible and it's just like an example thrown in front of you, and maybe you're supposed to just view it from a more, I'm literally talking to myself, am I supposed to view it from a more positive light, as in like, oh, look at what is possible, like, oh, look at this inspiring situation in front of you, that's so great. Also, grass is always greener. I don't know the facts of any of these people's relationships or any of their careers or how they feel about themselves professionally at the end of the day. Like, if they're striving for more, if they're miserable, if they don't think they're even making enough money, or what kinds of burdens they have or obligations that they have going on and things that they maybe feel stuck in. Like, of course, I'm not taking any of that into consideration, which I should, because that's realistic. But of course, I just view it more from like the material, what you have lens, which is not a good lens as I'm talking about it out loud. So there's that. But yeah, and just always putting a lot of pressure on myself in terms of my job, and like, it's not even now, because like right now I feel like I do a good job and I'm making good money for right now, but it's always me thinking ahead in the future and what I want in the future and what can I work towards and what path do I need to take to get there. Am I even in the right field? Yes, I'm in the right industry, but am I in the right job role? I might need to go to school, get further, whatever. I've already talked about this in a recent video, but still on that line, still on that fence. And I go through days where I'm like, full blown, full send, let's do it. And then other days I'm like, So, I don't know. Life's limitless. The world is limitless, really, truly. And you can flip shit on a dime in a day, or life flips shit on a dime in a day for you. So, that's what we got going on. I don't really have anything beneficial to add to the conversation at this point, other than I love my shirt. Living life. So good. Another thing I've been kind of working on recently, although it doesn't seem like it in this video because I feel like I'm giving boy energy right now, but just feeling good in my feminine energy and dressing more. I mean, obviously I already dress professional for work, but I've been loving wearing kitten heels recently. Like whenever I actually go out, I wear my kitten heels and I wear my work outfits with my kitten heels, and I just like feel feminine and like powerful and good. And sometimes it makes it feel like your problems go away for a minute whenever you dress the role, and you feel strong and you feel good and feminine in that way. But yeah, right now I'm just giving like kind of energy, so that's not really selling the case very well. But yeah, I don't know. I just think I go through phases of whenever I'm like in a situation with a person that I'm able to kind of like let go and like be more feminine and just flow a little bit more, it's easier to do with somebody than being alone, because I feel like if you're alone, you need to carry, I don't know if you all feel this way too, like girls chime in if you feel this way, or guys, I don't know. But whenever you're like independent, you carry the masculine and the feminine, but it's almost like you carry the masculine more because you don't have that counterbalance to kind of like take that weight off of you. So you are doing both. You're being the mom and the dad, whether you want to or not. And I'm not saying it's exhausting, but it's just like sometimes I just wish I didn't have to. You know, sometimes I wish I could just shut my brain off and give it up and just, you know, let a man, like take a little weight and let me just float around and be, and just like, you know, love myself and just love the fantasy and just be in public and feel safe and good and just like chilling, you know. But whenever you're again by yourself, you need to like be more stoic, be more held together, be more reserved, be more solid, so that you're not like this like floaty free like ditzy little thing, you know. So that's kind of where I'm getting at with all that stuff. So that's my life. That's what I'm going through at the moment. I don't know if I'll ever post this. Again, half the time that I film these kinds of things, they never even see the light of day. But at least for my sake, just to have something out there where I'm vocalizing what I'm going through, I feel like is helpful. And I know whenever I share this that people do resonate. I'm not saying with everything, but you know, if I were on the receiving end of the video and I were watching it, I would be like, oh man, like I'm so glad this person's like talking to these points that I feel on the inside, and these things that I don't verbalize, or I don't have anyone to talk to about this kind of stuff. Like she's pointing to it and making note of the way that I feel, and that is great to see. And it does, I feel, help people feel less alone. And that's how I feel whenever I see people talking about things and opening up about things, even if it seems like it's at the expense of myself, or that it's like too much or too vulnerable or too whatever. I think I'm just kind of done worrying about that, because I'm not a closed off person. I am to a degree in terms of like needing to like fucking protect my heart and myself and like not just get hurt 24/7, but in terms of just sharing about life and sharing about just core feelings and reactions and how I'm kind of navigating my life, I don't mind sharing that, because I feel that can be helpful, and it's also good just to talk about things out loud. So that is the therapy of the day. I am going to watch either videos or watch something on Netflix. I'm not sure. I'm currently watching a show called Your Honor, and if you haven't seen it. I would say I like the first season better than the second season. Like, the second season's kind of like not really doing it for me, to be honest. I'm really excited for Suits to come back out because Harvey Specter, hot, sexy. Michael, whatever the fuck his name is, his brain is fucking beautiful and sexy, and like he's cute too because he's smart and like lovely. You just can't go wrong with either. And love the show, love the fashion, love the way the girls dress, and the whole legal field. So that's Suits. That's coming out 4th of July weekend. I don't know what day it comes out, but that's what I'm gonna be on, is watching Suits as soon as it comes out. But anyways, yeah, I'm watching Your Honor right now, and it's about this judge. You can literally just go on Netflix and look at it or find something about it. But yeah, it's this judge, and he's kind of like dealing with this moral compass of covering up something that happened that is bad and not good. And he has his power and his stoicism and his intellect, and that's attractive as well. But yeah, it just brings up stuff. So would recommend, but I honestly just watch Suits. Just watch Suits. Like, if you had to pick one, I would just say just watch Suits. So that's it. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching and being here, and I am out of the woodworks for the moment for this video. I'm not sure the next time I'll see you all, but here's my little update. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching and supporting me as always, and tuning in to this week's episode of What the Fuck's Going On in Madison's Life. Goodbye.